Have you ever considered what lies behind the labels of your favorite products? It's a question that may seem simple, yet it's a question that holds a significant weight when it comes to our health and overall well-being. You see, labels are more than just fancy designs or catchy phrases designed to draw your attention. They are, in essence, the story of the product, a detailed narrative of what's inside, how it's made, and how it might impact your health. They are the gatekeepers of knowledge, providing us with vital information that can guide us in making healthier choices. Let's consider food labels, for instance. These little nuggets of information reveal the ingredients used, the nutritional values, and even potential allergens that could be harmful to some. They tell us if a product is high in sugar, saturated fats, or if it contains beneficial nutrients like fiber or protein. And it's not just about food. The labels on cosmetics, household cleaners, and even clothing can provide insight into whether the product is made with harmful chemicals or if it's environmentally friendly. Making healthier choices, therefore, starts with understanding what we put into our bodies and use in our homes. It's about being aware, being informed, and being proactive in our approach to consumption. But why is this so important? Well, in a world where marketing tactics can often mislead consumers, reading labels can be our first line of defense. It allows us to see past the attractive packaging and the persuasive advertisements and get to the heart of the matter, the product itself. Reading labels can help us avoid potential allergens, stay clear of harmful chemicals, and even support brands that prioritize ethical and sustainable practices. It's a practice that empowers us to make choices that are not just good for us, but also good for our planet. So reading labels isn't just about being curious. It's about making informed decisions for your health. It's about taking control of your well-being, one product at a time. And remember, every choice we make, every product we choose contributes to our overall health and the health of our planet. Now you might be wondering, how do I make sense of all this information on the label? Well, let's delve into the world of ingredients and nutritional facts together, shall we? When you flip a food package and look at the label, you'll see a list of ingredients. They're not just randomly placed there, they're listed in the order of their quantity, from the most to the least. So the first ingredient listed is what the product contains the most. This can be a game changer in your food choices. For instance, if sugar or some version of it is listed as the first or second ingredient, you might want to reconsider that option. Now, onto the nutritional facts. It's a dense table of numbers, but don't be intimidated. Each line has a story to tell about your food. Here's where you'll find information about calories, fats, cholesterol, sodium, carbohydrates, and proteins. Don't let the term fat scare you off immediately. We need fat for our bodies to function properly. But what we should keep an eye out for is saturated fat. It's the unhealthy kind that can raise your cholesterol levels and increase your risk of heart disease. There's also trans fat, something we should try to avoid altogether. And then there's unsaturated fat, the good guys, found in foods like avocados, nuts, and fish. Moving on, let's talk about sodium. Too much sodium can lead to high blood pressure, so if you're watching your salt intake, this is an important number to look at. Then there are carbohydrates. Not all carbs are created equal. Look for foods high in dietary fiber, a type of carb that's good for your digestive system. Lastly, protein, the building block of our bodies. It's essential for growth and repair. Decoding a food label might seem like a daunting task at first, but with a little practice, it becomes second nature. It's like learning a new language, the language of conscious eating. Remember, the more you know about what's in your food, the better choices you can make. Ever noticed those little symbols and certifications on your product labels and wondered what they mean? Well, they're not just random doodles or marketing jargon. These certifications can provide valuable insight into the quality, origin, and ethical considerations of the products we consume daily. Let's dive into some of the most common ones. First off, organic. This certification indicates that a product has been produced without the use of synthetic fertilizers, pesticides, or genetically modified organisms. It's a label often seen on fruits, vegetables, and grains, but it extends to animal products too, where it signifies that the animals were raised without antibiotics or growth hormones. Next up, non-GMO. This certification assures you that the product does not contain genetically modified organisms. GMOs are organisms whose genetic material has been artificially manipulated in a laboratory through genetic engineering. While the long-term effects of consuming GMOs are still under study, many consumers prefer to err on the side of caution and opt for non-GMO products. Then we have fair trade. A fair trade certification means that the producers of the product, often in developing countries, are paid a fair wage and work under safe and healthy conditions. It also implies sustainable farming practices, contributing to the long-term well-being of our planet. Lastly, cruelty-free. This certification ensures that no animal testing was conducted in the development of the product. It's most commonly found on cosmetics and personal care items. A rabbit symbol is often used to indicate a cruelty-free product. These certifications are not just about making healthier choices for ourselves, but also about making ethical choices that impact the world around us. They empower us as consumers, allowing us to support practices that align with our values and beliefs. So next time you're out shopping, take a moment to check out those little symbols on the labels. They might just change the way you shop and consume. Certifications give you the power to support the practices you believe in right from your shopping cart. Ready to put your new label reading skills into action? Here are some tips to help you out. First off, prioritize whole foods. These are foods that are unprocessed and unrefined, or processed and refined as little as possible. They are free from additives or other artificial substances. Whole foods include fruits, vegetables, legumes, whole grains, and lean proteins. When shopping, aim to fill most of your basket with these kinds of foods. Secondly, be cautious of products with long lists of unfamiliar ingredients. If a product has a laundry list of ingredients that sound more like a chemistry experiment than food, it's probably not the healthiest choice. The more ingredients, the more processed a food is likely to be. Thirdly, be wary of health claims and marketing buzzwords. Phrases like all-natural, fat-free, or sugar-free can be misleading. For instance, a product labeled sugar-free might be loaded with artificial sweeteners, which can be just as harmful as sugar. Remember, manufacturers are in the business of selling products, and they'll often use these terms to make their products seem healthier than they really are. Next, don't be fooled by the front of the package. Often the most important information is on the back. So turn that package around and take a good look at the ingredients and nutrition facts. Finally, remember that knowledge is power. The more you understand about what's in your food, the better choices you can make. So take the time to do a little research. If you come across an ingredient you don't recognize, look it up. And keep an eye out for new studies and recommendations about healthy eating. With these tips, you're well on your way to becoming a more conscious and mindful consumer. Let's do a quick recap of what we've learned about reading labels for healthier choices. This journey began with understanding the importance of reading labels, with a clear view of the impact it has on our health and overall lifestyle. We discovered that the secret to healthier choices lies in the fine print on the labels of our favorite products. We then delved into the world of ingredients and nutritional facts. Remember, ingredients are listed in order of their quantity, with the most plentiful listed first. We learned that sugar can be disguised under various names, from corn syrup to dextrose, and that sodium, a common preservative, often lurks in surprising places. Then we ventured into understanding food and product certifications. We discussed how labels like organic, fair trade, and non-GMO are more than just buzzwords. They are certifications that ensure the products we consume are produced under stringent standards that respect our health and the environment. Next, we explored tips for conscious and mindful consumption. We realized that making healthier choices isn't just about reading labels, but also about being aware of our consumption habits. We talked about the power of planning meals in advance, the advantages of shopping locally and seasonally, and the importance of reducing waste. Now, as we wrap up, remember that every time you pick up a product, you have the power to make a healthier choice. Decoding labels, understanding certifications, and becoming a mindful consumer are tools that equip you to do just that. It's not about perfection, but about making small, consistent changes that can have a big impact on your health and the planet. So, the next time you find yourself in the supermarket aisle, remember to take a moment to read the label. Armed with this knowledge, you can make healthier choices that not only benefit you, but also the world around you.